Registration of your scratching is one of the most impactful parts of this program, because when you become conscious of your scratching, you can control it. This allows your medication to work, so your skin can heal, and you'll prevent flare-ups from getting serious in future. You now have 3 goals. The first is becoming aware of a previously unconscious habit. The next is tracking that habit. Finally, doing the first 2 should give you an understanding of the circumstances around your scratching. Knowledge is power in this case, and this will help you avoid the scratching in future. So, what's a scratch? We typically think of scratching as rubbing fingernails against the skin, but those of us with eczema can be really creative with the different ways we attack our skin. For the purpose of this program, a scratch is any damaging or habitual action aimed at your skin. This might mean rubbing your back against a wall, scratching yourself with a pen, or running your hands under hot water. It doesn't matter what it is, you'll know what these behaviours are, so just make sure that you register them. Something else that you might be wondering about is what counts as one scratch. This isn't a precise art, but you should log each time that you move to scratch yourself, but not every back and forth movement. So if you scratch your scalp for a couple of seconds with your fingernails, you log just 1 scratch. And if you catch yourself going to scratch but stop, congratulations, you don't need to log it. You might also be thinking about all the scratching that you do in your sleep. And don't worry about trying to keep track of that. Just make a note of your final number before bed and start again the next morning. One of the really positive side effects of this program is that as you learn to control your scratching during the day, you'll find that you scratch less in bed too. When it comes to actually logging your scratches, think about what's going to work best for you. You can use something as simple as a pen and paper, and traditionally people have used a mechanical tally counter. Whatever it is, you just want something that's always on you and discreet. This is why phone apps are really good, because you've always got your phone on you, and nobody's going to think twice if you're tapping on it throughout the day. But try a few things that work for you. When it comes to apps, I'd recommend ThingCounter on Android. This is completely free, and it's also got one of those widgets that allows you to access it from your home screen, so you don't need to go into the app each time to log it. You can just tap your screen and it gets registered. And similarly on iPhone, there's Counter. This is also free, and you can use Force Touch. So without having to go into the app again, you just press extra hard on the screen and you can log a scratch. It's a really good idea to tell other people you trust what you're doing during this program so they can support you. I know that you're probably fed up of people telling you to stop scratching, and we want to avoid that. Think about an alternative way your friends or family can make you aware of what you're doing that's not going to leave you feeling more stressed. You might want them just to wave at you, to raise a finger in the air, or just say the word click. Something that's not aggressive and is going to help you. Having this support on your side means it will be easier to not let any of those scratches slip by. And another thing to notice as you go through the exercise is whether you're scratching out of habit or itch. You probably think that most of your scratching is coming from itch, but a lot of people are amazed when they begin the exercise that, despite what they believed, most of the scratching is purely habit, and they're not itchy nearly as much as they thought. This is a really positive thing, because once you start to notice this, it suddenly seems a lot more realistic that you could cut it out altogether. Eventually, as your skin returns to normal, you should notice the itchiness reducing, and if it takes some time, don't worry, because itching can actually be a symptom of healing. So remind yourself that this might actually mean that you're on your way to getting better if you're feeling particularly itchy. When you started the program, you'll have been told a way to keep track of your progress. Whatever the method was, make sure that you note your total daily scratch amount, how good or bad your eczema has been, and anything else that you're asked. Meticulously logging this data not only helps you make connections between your scratching and the state of your skin any day, but it also feels great when you see those numbers getting better day by day.